Hi, welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another Megabonk video. Episode 16. Donkey! Get out my swamp. Playing with the ogre today. Gain damage per level. Starts with the axes. And the critical thinking skills of a wet sock. That is quite mean towards our new little ogre friends, but that is okay. Let's try and go for the what the fuck challenge, I guess. Because why not? Well, we could also try fragile, but I think fragile is not in the books yet. Speedrunner, also possible. Yeah, let's just go for the what the fuck first. Who knows? I feel like I am only well versed in the ranged builds so far, so maybe. Oh, there's a golden chest right from the get-go. This will actually be hard for me. I will need to adapt my playstyle. I'll go for size as well. I feel like size is gonna be nice with this guy, because we might go for sword, we might go for... Let's go for some knockback as well. Let's make some unorthodox choices. We might go for aura. I think I would go for some early HP regen too, because I feel like we are gonna take a hell of a lot of damage, because we are not staying all that far away from the homies we are fighting with this guy. Who knows, maybe this challenge is too hard. I am not... Ooh, we know the power of some early luck. We noticed that in the last episode. Don't forget that he also has an effect on level up, that we get stronger on level up. So an XP tome is also going to be quite valuable. But whoa, surviving is also going to be quite valuable. Some lifesteal might be handy. This is where I think the weakness already comes in for me. There we have our XP tome. The fact that... Let's go for some shield, because I think we can use some defensiveness. The fact that we can't direct the direction of our axis right now. We can't direct the direction. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be tough. Maybe we should, if we really want to do it with this character, focus on getting some additional weapons first and really focus on getting that early game damage up. Just as a form of focusing on survivability right from the start. I also noticed that we did not make our way over to that golden chest we spotted right from the start for some reason. I'll go for lifesteal. Early lifesteal, yes please. I'll summon the challenge, but I don't think I will stick around to kill them, because it's gonna take way too long. Although, we already killed one of them. We have never taken Frostwalker. Let's try it. Let's try it on for size. I think slowing down the enemies around us is actually going to be quite nice. Quite nice from a defensive standpoint as well. Okay, maybe don't run into the same enemy 4 times in a row so that he can just kill you. Okay, those pulsating freezes are quite handy. We know what happens when we pick early luck. Well, it happened once, so we shouldn't base, okay, we shouldn't base our entire statistical analysis on that N is 1 research. This could be something good. It's not really good, because this doesn't seem like a character where I will be jumping a lot, but who knows, maybe I upgrade my build to a point where jumping becomes viable. Let's go for some chest, let's go for some shrines, the basic ordeal, to be honest. Let's go for this little pot, even though it is in a dangerous corner location. And then who knows, we might go for aura, we might go for flamewalker. There's probably an achievement to do something with both of them, I can imagine. That's not necessarily what I wanted to do. We need some more lifesteal or some more max HP. We need some more survivability. I don't think the microwave is really in the books for us right now. Don't get hit, because that will kill you. Okay, hold up. Maybe let's go for something a little more just trusted and tested. Let's go for calcium or clank. Calcium or clank. We like clank. Let's go for clank. Tier 1 challenges. What the fuck. I feel like last time on the oh shit challenge with clank, we actually did quite well. So I put my trust in this robot cowboy. And I hope you guys can still trust me after that shameful display of attempts. But hey, you guys have to be patient with me. You know by now that you have to be patient with me in this game. A little extra jump right from the start to negate all fall damage. That is quite okay. I see the altar of the Maui in front of me. And this time, when I see something in front of me that I want to get to, I will get to it. I'm not gonna spend too much time going for alternate routes. I'm just heading right over here. After evading, deal double damage necked attack. Yeah, I think that's nice. But we might have to focus on getting some more evasion then. Because if that effect can trigger often, I think that's actually quite a nice attack speed boost we might benefit from. Did I end up recording as much as I said I was gonna do today? Obviously not. I shaved though. I hope that you noticed that. This boy is looking fresh. Fresh AF. What happened? Well, remember how I said that I didn't want to end up wasting the day playing League of Legends? Yahomi might have gone ahead and wasted the day playing some League of Legends. First of all, didn't spend the entire day playing League. Some nuance. Not the entire day. We played 3 games. Second of all, it didn't feel like a waste because it was with friends and it was a lot of fun. And that's exactly what I was looking for. Some fun with friends, and that's what I achieved. So hey Bush, so not that true, the statement that I made previously. Additionally, okay, we need to jump as soon as we land. Additionally, an additional factor in this story, I also completed the therapist education preparation work that I wanted to have completed today. Or even a bit more than I actually thought I was gonna be able to complete today. So, suck on that, you know? That's also the case. Another reason why I shouldn't be too harsh on myself and shouldn't feel like I have wasted away today. Because I had some fun. Oh, an epic max HP upgrade. When did we even take HP tome? Where did that come from? I feel like I probably accidentally took that at some point because I really don't remember taking XP tome. I think we are at a point of the run where we should not be focusing on shrines because we notice that it's not working out. So let's focus on pots and chests for a little second before we head back over to the shrines when we have our next wave of enemies spawning. These guys, for example, and no longer the exploding guys because they are providing us with a bit too big of a challenge. Talking about what is providing us with a bit too big of a challenge, these enemies are not dying, which is also quite problematic if you ask me. This chest needs to be bonkers. It needs to make us think that we are free. That's not necessarily exactly what I was looking for. We are never going to be able to complete this. Let's go for our trusted bow. What are we looking for? We have the bow, we have the gun, maybe more crit chance. When we level, we gain more crit chance with this character, so just staying alive is nice, but looking for some more Maui altars, maybe looking for an altar of suck. Because we need some kind of boost. We need some kind of big shove in the back if we really want to make this run work. Something has to change drastically. Those were some nice dodges, but we are not going to be able to keep that up forever. That was maybe a bad idea, but here we are. That altar of suck is hopefully going to provide us with a level or 2, I would hope. Let's go for revolver upgrade, because our revolver is already the highest level, so I think it has the most potential to carry us. I don't really like the bone. I think I like the lifesteal tome, to be honest. I think I want to try that, because I think we need to have some opportunity to heal up throughout the run. And additionally, I spent the last couple of minutes of my day, right before I started recording, just talking to friends, like really having focused conversations with a bunch of friends at the same time. Not in real life, I stayed at home as I set out to do. What is this egg? I have never seen this egg before, I feel like. I don't know what that does for us, but no achievement popped up, so I presume we actually have to kill what comes out of the egg to really gain its effects. Which we are not going to be able to do right now. I don't think we are going to be able to do anything right now. I think this run is quite doomed. Unless if we get some legendary upgrades. But okay, a crit chance upgrade. It's not legendary, but it will do something. It will do something. And sometimes that's also nice, you know, just really focusing on... Well, it was both typing out messages, but it was also sending some voice-to-text messages. Not voice-to-text, just voice messages. I don't think we have the power in us yet to really do this. What I will do is redeem myself and get this silver upgrade now that we have the chance. I think what we are going to do right now is go to Ogre, go to the forest, just regular roll tier 1, no challenge involved, and just have a nice and simple, clean Ogre run. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special, just to make some progress this episode, because, well, we gained a little bit of silver, but it's not like we did anything to write home about yet. You should try it sometimes. Just, instead of, like, talking with friends in between doing other activities, really just sit down, start up a couple of conversations. Oh, revolver, my bay. No, I don't want to keep going the same build over and over again. And just see where it brings you. See with whom you are talking about what, which conversations arise to interesting levels, which conversations maybe die down. That's also fine. Think about or listen to what other people are doing with their day. Share your own thoughts, share your opinions, send nudes to each other, and just have a fun day. Not talking out of experience on that front. Sadly, because I only send dick pics but don't get any dick pics back. Wim, step up your game, please. These axes deal some nice damage in the early game if you do stand close enough to the enemies. That's what I noticed. And it's just so interesting. Yeah, give me the projectile count. It's so interesting for me to be in that kind of conversation with multiple people at the same time, because the conversations were also drastically different. With one person, I'll go for the size tome. With one person, I was talking about how her educational weekend went. She is kind of a psychologist in schools for children, and she had these 3 days full of workshops. I'll go for pickup range. These 3 days full of workshops where she learned about a lot, and we had an interesting conversation, an interesting discussion about how to not deal with, but in a sense deal with, but how to better help. This is not sponsored. Better help kids struggling with a very high IQ. How to better help gifted kids. Because we do have a lot of attention in our school system towards the children that are not really following along, the children that are lagging behind a little bit, but sometimes the children that are doing great, that are gifted, that have an extremely high IQ, they are forgotten. They are forgotten about, because everybody just thinks, well, yeah, they have a high IQ, so why should we worry about them? I will go for the boss altar. Not to be cocky, but just the amount of additional chests you get, I noticed more and more that that is a game changer sometimes. And she, of course, well, kind of has to learn about that. She doesn't really have to learn about that because it's a bit specialized, if you will, but I am also very interested in that. I have quite some gifted clients, and there have been kind of hypotheses assured that I am on that spectrum myself, that my IQ is of a level where I could also face some challenges. I don't want to self-diagnose, definitely don't want to do that, but I can see where it's coming from. And those people, they struggle too, you know? As I said, everybody thinks, oh no, they have all the cognitive capacities you would want in the world, but performing at school, because you have all the cognitive capacities you would want in the world, is not the only indicator of somebody having a swell time, you know? They might be lonely, they might feel disconnected from their fellow students, they might feel like they are the odd one out, because imagine this, right? Imagine everybody in your classroom is talking about how much they are struggling with a certain topic, a certain subject, and you're just sitting there like, oh, I actually found that quite easy. You're not gonna say that. You're probably not gonna say that because you fear the judgment you might get. I could use that max HP right now, I think. But you might feel just lonely. You might feel like, oh shit, you guys are struggling with this. I'm not. You're not gonna say it, so you don't get recognition for the fact that you are actually doing swell and doing great at school. But you just get left out of the conversation a little bit. And even more dangerous or jarring is that after a while, people will make that assumption themselves. People will be like, oh yeah, well, we are struggling with this, but of course, I don't know what name I want to use, of course, fucking Gertrude is not struggling with that subject matter because she is so smart. Look at Gertrude. And you hear the judgment in the voice that I am imagining my imaginary personas would be having, which is maybe a bit worrisome, but You hear the judgment already, right? Like, well, of course, she won't have trouble with this. Like, she is thinking about how stupid we all are because she is just having her grandest time at school. It disconnects you. It disconnects you from your fellow students, even though you can't really do anything about it. The one thing you can do is kind of mask, stay silent. Don't show them that you have less of a struggle. And just hope that they don't notice or that they don't really ask your opinion even. And that they don't make their own assumptions about it. I took the aura, but I think we might need another ranged weapon, to be honest, because we need to thin out the enemies a little bit more before they reach us, I think. Yeah. Or well, Aegis is also nice. But let's go for a bow. I think bow and axe go quite nicely together because they share a similar range and they have a similar way of helping you. And I would go for the revolver, but my buddy Wim told me that that weapon sucks in his opinion, so I only listen to him, you know? He is my main source of Megabonk intelligence. I want his heart. Beautiful. Didn't tell me up quite to the point I would have liked, but let's head into the swarm a little bit again, because I want to kill some of these bosses. The health bars on the top of my screen are too intimidating for me. I'm getting a little bit stressed out. And I wish we could turn back time to the good old days. That's a little bit late, but I'm not gonna look a gift horse in the mouth, because we just need something. We just need something at this point. Something to turn our run around a little bit. Something to make us that little bit stronger. And with little bit, I mean a whole lot stronger. We have quite some gold. There's a golden chest right ahead of us. Let's hope that we get some nice items. The chest, the ghost rather, is okay, but it's not a game changer. Even more max HP is okay, but it's not a game changer. If we get some beefy rings going right now, then we will be strong. Backpack is okay. I'm happy with backpack, and I will go for an aura size increase because I feel like it becoming a little bit bigger is only gonna help us out. And then let's look at what the other icons on our map are. We still have quite a lot of shrines to go. I see an altar of the Maui in front of us. Let's hope that the second swarm is gonna stay away for a little while longer, because I want to get a little bit stronger before that happens. Thorns are actually nice. I don't really want to get hit all that much, but I think the other things were just pickup range and stuff like that, so more about versatility. Thorns at least provide some real offensive / defensive value. The faster you move, the more attack speed you gain. Yeah, it is epic. I will take the epic item, but we are not moving fast at all, sadly enough. And we don't have any slots left for an agility tome. Let's gain some crit chance. And I know I stated previously that I wanted to use or have agility tome on every single character. What's with the ghosts? What type of build are they forcing me into? They really want me to interact with more chests and pots, I guess. Golden skeleton, please get over here. I could use your gift, thank you. Not that much gold. I guess we have not really invested in any gold gain upgrades at this point in time, but so I shouldn't be too fussed or too surprised about it. Another altar of the Maui, that's gonna come in quite handy. Yeah, I think yeah, okay. I took this because of the short invincibility. And there is a next swarm. But I think a swarm is actually where we fare well. Let's try and kill these things again, whatever they are. Oh, hi, bush. Find the frogs on forest stage 1. We did that. Okay. I don't know what that did for us, but we did do that. What is this down here in the bottom? It is a boss altar. We don't need to get invested in that right now. I'm also not gonna disrupt the bush in this run, because we are having a hard enough time as it is, I think. Let's break all these pots. Let's go for another size upgrade so that our aura is even larger. Let's just try and survive, you know? I'm not gonna go for the greed shrine, because I think we are at a stage of the game where we cannot really be greedy. With another person, to circle back to the conversation I was having with myself and you guys, I guess, about 15 minutes ago, I was conversating quite largely about an interaction she had with another person and really analyzing it. I'm not gonna go into too much detail for the sake of privacy and just not to stir up any drama, but it was quite intense. It was quite intense for me to listen to what she was saying that she experienced, because, man, did she get to hear some stuff about herself that is just not true. But when you hear that kind of stuff, okay, beefy ring, please. That's not the item for this run, but thank you nonetheless. When you hear that kind of stuff about yourself from somebody that was close to you, you still doubt yourself sometimes. You still think you might have actually been the problem. And that is because the other person in this situation is quite gaslighted, to be honest. So I felt really, really sad for her that she had to experience that, that she had to get involved with that person today again. And we spent a lot of time talking about things she could have done differently, things he should have done differently. It's quite devastating to hear her in so much self-doubt. Go for even more aura. Go for bow upgrades as well, because we really, really need our ranged weapon to shine, to be honest. That attack speed upgrade is also going to be quite nice, even more. Let's go for another size upgrade as well. If we stay calm, cool, and collected, we actually deal a lot of damage if we stay close to the enemies as well. That's gonna help us out a bit. But staying close to the enemies is of course also very, very, very dangerous for us. Even larger aura. This is quite a large aura already. I feel like that provides us with some protective capacities as well. And we are spawning quite a lot of board gears, which is helpful too. I feel like this run might make it. And as I said that, I noticed that our time is running disastrously short. So I'm gonna take my slow, fat ass over to the boss portal as soon as possible. Because I want to have completed the forest stage on tier 1 with this character this episode. Because otherwise we have made no progress at all. And that would be a little bit shameful, a little bit shame-inducing. No progress at all is too harsh, because of course, well, we got some silver and we bought another silver upgrade, but you know what I mean. I think that we really didn't need that. We didn't need to be sent back even further. Let's slide over here. We're gonna have to stay nice, up close and personal to this boss, to these bosses. Okay, so now my own hubris is coming back to bite me right in my ass. But again, if we stay close enough, we deal a hell of a lot of damage. But if we stay too close, we are definitely about to die, because we don't have the movement speed to really deal with some of the projectiles they are sending out at us, or some of the zones of attack that we can touch. I desperately need some Borgirs to drop right in front of me right now, or otherwise. Give me one moment. Nice and simple build. Just axes. Just fireballs. That's all there is to it. Nothing too fancy. Nothing too special. A lot of projectiles. A whole lot of projectiles. Fighting the boss with 4 minutes left. I just want to get out of here. I want to record another video. I want to do something else with my evening as well. I don't want to attempt the same run 15 times in a row, you know? So let's just take our time, cool and collected, calmly move around this boss, skill it, and let's head over to the next episode, because this was quite embarrassing. This was quite an embarrassment, this episode. We have to say it like it is. Like, I showcased some mediocre, which might even still be too lenient of a word, Megabonk skills today. And I'm sorry, I am remorseful. I'm gonna ignore the fact that I am almost dead right now and just pretend like it is not happening and like I don't have to do another run. I've learned from my mistakes. Just one little bark. Just one. What? How every time I give in and I pick up the revolver, my run feels like unstoppable. I know how to do one thing in this game and one thing only, and then it is go crit chance revolver build. I'm not a jack of all trades, I'm a jack of one trade. And I am a jack of, that's for sure. Because man, oh man, was I an embarrassment to the Megabonk community today. I'll say it myself. I don't know what the opposite is of tooting your own horn. I'll horn my own toot. Yeah, No. Yeah, no, this ain't the chief. This wasn't it. What an absolute mess of a video. What an absolute disgusting way to try and finish off your day with some nice Megabonk recordings. I think I just spent 50 minutes on one video. And all for nothing. Not all for nothing in Matt Berninger's words, but kind of like, yeah, I could have used my time a bit better if I was not a complete and utter buffoon. Just an idiot. Just a bit of an ass, really. Yeah, again, I'm quite appalled by my own gameplay, by what I showcased here today on the Onkruid channel, but I hope you guys can be patient, stick with me while I learn, and while I especially learn to listen to Wim and not activate the additional boss altars, especially not when you're already struggling. But it is so cool though, and killing multiple bosses makes it so that they drop multiple chests, and that's pretty cool, right? Multiple chests. Turns out multiple chests are not really cool when you die. It turns out multiple chests are not that beneficial, not that benevolent towards you, are not that helpful when you are dead. When the items you receive go with you towards the grave. Turns out multiple chests is not that great, and thank you very, very much for watching. I'm sorry also. I am sorry. But I do also still hope to see you in the next one. I hope you are patient with me and kind. Because next episode we will use Robinette, who will start off with a bow probably. I presume. She will start off with a bow. Oh yeah, she does. Gain 1% gold gain per level. Increase damage slightly by total gold in inventory. Yeah, okay. That sounds up my goddamn alley. Because this guy was not really my deal. I am bad, of course. We know that, but nah. With this guy, I am even worse. Okay, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.